I want to thank you for being with us. Bombshell tonight, live. Murder in Jacksonville. A 47-year-old white man guns down a black youth after they argue over the kid's loud music at a gas station. Sounds like George Zimmerman, Trayvon Martin all over again, as 47-year-old Michael Dunn claims stand your ground. Stand your ground at what? A gas station? And you're protecting yourself against what, Mr. Dunn? Music? And P.S., you're in a car. You can leave if you feel threatened. Yes, take a look at Dunn behind bars. And let me take this opportunity to read a few of Mr. Dunn's letters from behind bars. Let's start with, the jail is full of blacks, and they all act like thugs, says Mr. Dunn. His words, not mine. This may sound a bit radical, but if more people would arm themselves and kill these blank blank idiots when they're threatening you, eventually they may take the hint and change their behavior. Okay, here's another one. I love jailhouse letters. I'm really not prejudiced against race. All right, right there, you know, it's going to be something bad. But I have no use for certain cultures. Ooh, who could that be? This gangster rap, ghetto talking thug culture that certain segments of society flock to is intolerable. They espouse violence and disrespect towards women. Oh, whoa, I'm sorry, I thought you pulled the trigger, Dunn. The black community in Jacksonville is in an uproar against me. The three other thugs that were in the car are telling stories to cover up their true, quote, colors. I guess I'm supposed to pardon the pun. I am amazed at what is going on with the way the media has been covering this case. There have been several other shootings here in Jacksonville, yet they're all either black on black or black on white. None of them have garnered any attention with the media. I guess it's the news when someone dares not to be a victim, but they are twisting it around and saying I was the bad guy. And just one more. I'm not getting much in the way of sympathy from the press. They're a bunch of liberal bastards. His words, not mine. Okay, that's one thing I've never been called, is a liberal bastard. So that's a first. Okay, Mr. Dunn, let's go straight out to Jacksonville, Florida. Jacob Long with CNN affiliate WTLV joining me at the courthouse. Is the jury going to hear these letters?
It's quite possible the jury very well will hear those letters, Nancy. The state is obviously hoping to use them as evidence. As you've been discussing, they are very racially coded and in some cases not so racially coded. And the state is obviously hoping to use them into context that Mr. Dunn had some sort of a racial bias toward Jordan Davis.
Let's go out now to Frank Taffy, spokesperson for George Zimmerman, supporting the Stand Your Ground law in Florida. Also with me, civil rights lawyer, attorney for Trayvon Martin's parents, Daryl Parks. Mr. Taffy, Mr. Parks, thank you for being with us. First to you, Mr. Taffy, I don't quite understand the defense here, because what's he defending himself against? Loud music?
Well, you got to understand the whole scenario here, and those letters do not preclude guilt, Nancy, okay? Number one, okay? At that moment in time, what am I missing, Taffy? You're missing the fact that when he was at that gas station, he kindly asked Mr. Davis to turn down the music, and then the driver, Tommy Storns, who's a convicted felon, turned the music down, went into the store to buy his pack of Newports.
So he turned down the music.
That's when Jordan Davis said, F you, man, I'm going to kill you. And he asked him to turn the music down.
Now, isn't it true, Mr. Taffy, that after the alleged death threat from one of the kids in the car, he goes, well,
Jordan Davis.
You're talking to me?
Jordan Davis.
Instead of getting in his car, if I was afraid, I would not engage with the person that I thought had a gun. That doesn't make sense to me, Taffy. I don't think that's what happened.
Okay, I'm going to try to make sense to you. Mr. Dunn kindly asked him to turn the music down, which the driver complied. Then Jordan Davis looked over at Mr. Dunn and said, F you, man, I'm going to kill you. He said, I'm going to kill you. And that story is consistent in the 3-hour police interview that Mr. Dunn gave on the next day when he was arrested.
Let's hear from Jerry.